Hi. In leadership, we talked a little bit on stewardship. Um, is of course in our management, in terms of management, right? Leadership, stewardship plays a very important role. Stewardship talks about being responsible over something entrusted to you by someone else. The stewardship, all right? Taking and we if you entrust something to someone, you need to be very clear of what is being entrusted. If like a company, you're somebody manage your funds, right? They must know what are the funds for, where the money come from, right? You entrust them so that they can be better steward. You have to guide them. You got to lead them. On the other hand, if you are being entrusted with the funds, you must know what you are supposed to do. And on one hand, to keep, let's say, talking about funds, right? One hand, keeping the funds well. Number two, if you can expand the fund in terms of investment, in terms of making profit instead of loss, are you an asset or liability? All right. Uh, if you're a Christian, I'm a pastor of a church. If you're a Christian or a pastor, we are actually entrusted with few things. Being a pastor, you are entrusted with what we call as the good news message, the gospel. We are called to share God's word as much as possible. All right. We are also entrusted with finance. I was talking about that just now. Mm, um, People need to know how much uh, uh, we are keeping, how much in terms of people's giving, people's contribution, and not only that, they entrust the funds into our hand, finance, offering, tithing, missions. Do we have good use of those money? All right. And next thing is about resources. If I'm a pastor, church, we have resources, we have barang-barang in the church, we have things, musical instrument, air conditioning, are they in good running position? So these are some of the things that were entrusted into our hands, so we need to take care of those things, right? So, well, it's a responsibility. I cannot say it's a real heavy responsibility. I won't say that, but it's a responsibility somehow. I remember the story about Adam and Eve. Actually, God has entrusted the responsibility to Adam and Eve to take care of the Garden of Eden. And God told them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth, and that is their job. And they are called to multiply. They are called to take obey God, and God directs them. And one word that God gave them is the word called dominion. Adam and Eve, actually, they have dominion over the um, everything on earth, right? So that was their job. And one thing I really like in terms of church work, church is a living organism. Of course, like I said, that we are all entrusted. to do something. We are living organism, we are flexible, we are growing. So one of the jobs that I have is to work with all parties, everyone to work together for a function or something. I'm glad that today is Malaysia Day, September 16. We have a group of people, not many of them, small group of about 10, 15, good enough, big enough, and they went somewhere to contribute something to one old folks home. Is excellent. And they're working together. God has given them talents, God has given them resources, finance probably, and they do something for the community. Excellent, excellent, good job. And we set up teams, groups, you know, to we use the word reach out to people, right? So why do we need to be good steward? Why do we need? Because uh, your management or God, if I would call it in Christian term, your management, God has given you something, or rather, your company has given you a purpose and a direction. We are called to follow. See, and decisions were made, and we are called to follow, not to have any other thoughts. God has shown us something, and we are to do it. We are called to continue to do those things. And you would be surprised that we are able to establish a lot of things because number one, you have clear direction. We will talk more about that in time to come up. Clear direction, you have the right people to work together, you have those resources that are able to help you. Can you see that how great things that you can do, right? And not only that, we are people, we are human, we are living organism, we can be flexible, we change along the way to better ourselves. Why not, right? Okay, why not? And after that, have a time of evaluation. What have you done? Where we have gone? Can we do better in future? What other resources that we were lacking? Can we add those resources? And we prepare ourselves to what we call as the open door. That we are going to enter into a higher level of work, higher level of ministry. See, as God allows us to. So I see this, and I like one word. Um, we stand in the gap. Take note, right? We stand in the gap. We are called to stand in the gap in whatever you do. People want to go from one a place to another place, and we are called to stand in the gap to help people to cross. There are people in need. They don't know how to cross over. There are people with difficulties. They find it very difficult in terms of finance, in terms of health, in terms of relationship. They want to move, they want to go higher. They don't know how to go higher. I think it would be our privilege, right, to be able to help people to move from one level to another level. Can you see how important the job can be? How important? And I hope that we can help. So by being good steward, you are actually being uh, allow me to use the word, all right? We are being accountable for what was given to us, that we can help others. Whatever you have, not necessarily only for yourself, we are called to help someone else. All right. So take note that powerful, powerful, powerful thoughts, right?